to the field. From the ice to the turf, we'll break it down. Discussing every win and every loss in town. We'll talk about the Canucks and the Lions. We are your irrational fans. We are your irrational fans.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 142, I believe. Let me double check this. 143, episode 143. Been a few weeks since we've done this, so it wasn't on the top of my head. I am your host, Jake Hughes, alongside the old man. We are the Hughes Sports Podcast, your irrational fans when it comes to the CFL, the Vancouver Canucks. And I'm going to throw in there Team Canada.
Just hockey
In general, because we have 21 weeks, I believe, if I did the math right, until the CFL season starts. And I think 19 of those weeks are with no real stakes in hockey, except for the 2-week period in which we have the Olympic hockey, because the Canucks suck.
But we're going to get Gavin McKenna. We're going to get Gavin McKenna. We're going to get Gavin McKenna. Gavin McKenna. That's what we're going to get. We're going to get.
Good evening, Trent. Apparently, I'm not a gentleman. And apparently, you're multiple people.
Yeah, apparently. But you have to understand, this is Trent. So he's probably had a few beers. And,
Calling the kettle black on this one.
What? That I've had a... Okay, I might have gone out for lunch and had a few bubbly pops.
I'm sitting at work at like 2:00 and he's like pre-game whiskey and beer and burger, and it's like, oh great. Then it's a text about 2 hours later being like, I might be drunk or hungover for the podcast. So which one is it?
Never a dull moment when you're retired and alone.
It's true.
'Tis true. Did you have a good holiday season?
Yeah. Other than the World Juniors ending short. It felt like there should have been one more day of World Juniors, but how about you? We were both really busy this
We were, and it was probably one of the first years that we haven't seen each other during that whole holiday. Usually we see each other at least once.
We saw you before the festivities. We saw you on like the 21st.
We did. We got together on the 21st. We had dinner. That was very nice. You and your lovely lady. And then we went crazy. And boy, has it been a crazy 2 weeks. Do we have to talk about black hockey? Black
Talk
Day?
about what?
Black Day for hockey.
Well, again, you went Black Day for hockey. I kind of liked yours, but also liked mine, so kind of merged them together because I went Czech-Mate. Because this is now the third year in a row that Czechia has eliminated Canada from medal contention.
So once we didn't get together at all for any of the games this year, which isn't unusual lately because we're both busy, and but we did watch and text each other during the games.
Yep.
It's really tough trying to wear two hats at the same time. So as a lot of people know,
Go ahead.
A lot of people know in my other world, I'm called Kevin the Medium because I do spiritual stuff and I do mediumship. And so we're watching the game. We, being my love, Angela, and I are watching the game. And you think I'm foul language during the game. Holy, this country girl from Saskatchewan, she can get cursing. And we were both cursing and swearing at Czechia, calling them all sorts of fun names that I won't repeat on the air. And all of a sudden she looks at me and she starts to laugh. She goes, "We're so damn effing spiritual."
Hey, look.
It was the best line ever.
What did you think of the team this year?
I think we had a good team. I just think we got bullied by a bunch of freaking Europeans. Czechia just made us look like children.
Czechia, not
They outplayed them, period. I mean, they deserve that win. Full marks for Czechia.
Czechia.
Czechia, whatever.
Two different things.
I think I know where you're going with this. You're trying to say our team wasn't good enough.
No, I've seen a lot of what's the word that I'm looking for? A lot of discourse from Twitter, Reddit, just in general that there's issues abound within Team Canada and Hockey Canada as a statement. Kind of like it's become too profit. It's become so exclusive that once you're on their lists, these are the only people that can come, and there's no shot if you're not on the lists. From a very young age, at like 13, 14, it becomes too professionalized. Like, I've seen a lot of that in the days since the World Juniors, and I wanted to get your opinion on that before I kind of went into what my thoughts are.
Yeah, I don't pay enough attention to it to really make to say, yeah, this, that, and this and that. We played great for 7/8 of the tournament. We dominated most games. We won every game in the round robin. We didn't lose a game. So to say that there's Team Canada doesn't have it all together and there's problems, that's bullshit in my mind. We just came up against a team that knew how to play against us and put a system together. And literally, Czechia has put a system together to beat Canada because they know that I should rephrase that, to beat Canada and the U.S. These teams know that the U.S. and Canada are the teams they have to beat to get into that gold medal game. And Czechia has done it. They've done a good job doing it. And it's proved because this is, like you say, the third year in a row they kicked our butt.
Yeah. And one of the big things that people, I don't think, realize is that Team Canada had a lot of players that were too good for their teams to let come play in this tournament.
Well,
Macklin Celebrini is one of the top scorers in the NHL.
Yes. There's no way an NHL team, and I don't care if you're playing for Sweden, if you're playing in an NHL team and you're from Sweden, you're from Finland, you're from Czechia, you're from Latvia, I don't care where you're from. If you're that good, they're not going to let you go to the juniors. Come on. There's too much of a chance, A, that you could get hurt, and B, it's going to hurt their team because you're gone for 2 weeks.
Now, there's teams like the Canucks who obviously let Braden Coots go because Coots went down to the WHL because wasn't playing. Then guys like Zane Perek, who the Flames, who are really in a rebuild and they don't care if they win or lose, let go play and had a fantastic tournament. And I'm honestly super excited about that.
Oh.
Like for the Flames, like there was a lot of talk in Calgary because that's where we're located that, oh, maybe he's not as good as we thought, or he has bright spots. No, he just went, and we got to remember he's a 19-year-old. He's not a 23, 24-year-old.
This kid is going to be a superstar. I can go through Perek, Baby Iggy, as you called him. Iginla, I can't think of his first name.
Tidge.
Sorry?
Tidge or Tidge. T-I-J is his name.
Bless you. And I could go on and on. But something I noticed, and not just on Team Canada, but across this tournament, this new era, this new crop of stars, they have this shot. They have developed this weird way of shooting that you can't see it coming. It literally, it's a flick of the wrist or it's something, and it's a fast, hard shot. And Iggy and Perek was a big one for this. Perek is one I noticed mostly. Man. And then I started watching all the players, and I even was watching the highlights of some of the NHL, and all the young players are doing it. And I don't know. I wish I could explain it. If I played hockey, I probably couldn't. I've never played hockey, so it's hard for me to explain it. But they have this new shot that's amazing.
It's in the release. So basically, I mean, and this isn't a shot this time, but back in your day, when you were my age, but when you were my age, the
30 years ago,
the sticks weren't composite. They had no give. They were wood. So you had to either slap shot it or a full like whip release to be able to get that puck up, right? Now you're seeing players who've grown up with these composite sticks, and these goalies who have seen who anytime they see a shot, they're going to be able to get in front of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, these elite players obviously need to find a way to make the releases different. And I think that's what we're seeing now is for years, especially in Canada, for about 8 years or so, it was Carey Price, Roberto Luongo, like all these elite goalies that would drag some weaker Canadian teams, especially in the World Juniors, to the finals.
Yes. Now
you're seeing the opposite, where Ivan Kovic and George, they were good, but they're not elite goalies. I think it's a stretch for them to think in 4 or 5 years they are going to be NHL quality goalies, in my opinion.
I don't disagree. We seem to have gone through a stage where Canada and the US, for that matter, had all the great goalies. Like you said, Luongo, Price. I can go on and on and on. And they're all playing they played or are playing in the NHL. You don't see that. George, he's okay. The other guy, he's okay.
I think Ivan Kovic can be an NHL player, but I don't think he's going to be an elite goalie.
No, he'll probably be a good backup for a team. I don't see him being number one for sure.
Goalies are also really hard to judge because they're players who you never heard of. They'll be drafted in the 8th round, 7th round. There's no 8th round, 7th round of a draft, and in 6 years be an elite goaltender.
Yes,
that's not unheard of for goaltending. Skaters, that's unheard of.
Yeah,
Datsuk was kind of the last one who got skipped over in a draft and then got drafted, I think, in the 8th round.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think there's also a real growth from, and like you were talking about, Czechia has really built themselves to be a elite hockey nation beater. They might struggle at
Finland, same way.
Yeah, but to me, and from my perspective, Finland, from what I remember in the World Juniors, Finland was always a competitive team, but was never able to
take that next step
until the last about 4 or 5 years.
Exactly. And
I can vividly remember that. Oh, we played Czechia. Okay, it's a cakewalk. It's a Switzerland type game.
Yeah,
it's a Germany type game. Now it's we're playing Czechia. I'm probably going to be just as stressed watching them. Maybe more stressed than watching them play the United States.
Oh yeah, right. I mean, we didn't even get a chance to play the U.S. this year, which was
because they got kicked out in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, which I mean, yay. Yay, we want to. I mean, we did better than we did in the last 2 years. At least we won a medal. We won a bronze, and yay, we should be happy. But we've said it many times on this show. You and I talk about it privately all the time. Hockey is probably one of the only sports that if you don't win gold in Canada, you lose. Did you watch the bronze medal game?
I couldn't. I was at work.
Yeah. Even if you were at work, would you have?
honestly, it depends on what else was on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
But-
right.
And,
That just
and in all
shows
honesty,
you.
like if there was a decision between watching Raw where they were clearly teasing Chris Jericho returning and watching a bronze medal game, I'm probably watching something on a tease versus a third place trophy.
Yeah.
Now, I think that needs to be discussed, and I think that needs to be reviewed, especially with you've got Czechia, you've got Sweden, you've got Finland, you've got the United States, you've got Canada. You've got 5 teams every year that they're disappointed if they don't medal.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
we should start looking at the third place medal more like Finland and more like Sweden, where they're still happy they win a medal.
It'll never happen in
And-
Canada.
I think it will. I think it'll have to because I do not see the fact like a path forward, and I've done a little bit of digging on this, a path forward for the national team to be better next year than they were this year.
Well, but Jake, they lost one game the whole entire effing tournament. One game.
But they looked
So
the
no, let
one
me
game
finish.
they
So to say they can't be better, what do they have to run the whole gamut? I mean, they were outstanding. They came up against a team that outplayed them one night in one circumstance. So to say Team Canada, let me finish. To say Team Canada is totally done and we should be happy winning bronze in the future is BS.
No, but I think it's a realistic expectation that for 7-8 years, majority of my life, it's been gold or bust for Team Canada at the World Juniors.
It has been that way since 1982, Jake. When we brought in that program, the program of excellence, I think they called it.
Yeah, something of excellence.
Yeah, it's been expected that we win gold medal from that point forward. Period. Hockey is our game. How many times have we said it? That's Canadian hockey.
But I think the issue is with the World Juniors nowadays is other teams are catching up, but our elite talent, the Canadian elite talent, is playing in the NHL. We're too good at making superstars.
True.
Which is not a problem. And I'm never going to complain about that because now we get the Olympics every 4 years. We're finally going to get a best-on-best tournament.
We have, not only do we have the Olympics every 4 years, in between that we have the World Cup in between. So we have best on best.
I'll believe that. I'll believe that when I see both of them back in 2 years apart.
Yeah, it will happen. Already set.
It is, but it's one of those they've tried it before and it fell apart for whatever reason. So I'm waiting for things to not fall apart.
Doomsday.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
The issue is that these Finnish teams and the Czech teams and all of them are now so globally exposed. Like they were talking about on the broadcast, Gord Miller and Mike Johnson, that there's an equal amount of players playing from Team Canada and Czechia in the CHL.
Yeah.
That was not the case even 3 years ago.
No, it wasn't.
Before COVID, that wasn't the case.
But if you look at Team Canada, I don't know the exact numbers, but we had more first-round draft picks playing for our team than any other team out there.
100%.
So to make the statement, Team Canada is done. And we should you literally said we should accept the fact that we're going to win bronze and be happy about that. Bullshit!
Yes, because our elite players, the ones who are the best of the best, aren't playing on that team.
Neither are Czechias or neither are...
Yes, they are! Because they're not that elite.
Well, that's my point. So if you have a team that went undefeated through the whole entire tournament except for one game... And now you're saying, wow, we suck and we're never going to win a medal again.
That's not, did I say no?
Yeah,
I never said that. I said we need to reframe our thinking on Canada must win gold.
We have to win gold. That'll never change. You're drunk if you think that.
No. I'm going to connect this to the Canucks for you. Right now, you're Francesco Aquilini. We need to make the playoffs, and we need to guarantee ourselves a chance to win a Stanley because it's happened once or twice where a team snuck in at 8 and won a Stanley Cup. So we need to be able to do that.
But
The difference is
we didn't go undefeated up until the point we lost one game.
But it's a one-game tournament. Like the tournament is you lose and you're out.
Exactly. Having said that, that team was still phenomenal. Phenomenal. They were phenomenal.
I think they. I messaged you this at the beginning of the tournament. I want to have Dale Hunter on the show. I'm going to find a way to get in touch with Dale Hunter and have him on the show.
Reach out. You can do it.
I don't know how, because he's not on Twitter. He's not on Instagram.
There's
no contact information.
We know somebody that knows the Hunters very well. Reach out to him.
But yeah, it just always feels awkward doing that.
Just do it.
But because I think I want to know how much input he has on roster construction. Because
I'm sure that's a good question.
Because I'd love to know if that was his ideal roster or if that's Team Canada's ideal roster.
I'd love to know that back and forth. He would tell you it's Team Canada, that he doesn't have a lot of say in it. Which is,
again, probably the truth. But it's one of those things I'd love to know, because it felt like Dale Hunter has if you look at his record in the WHL, he's a fantastic juniors coach.
Yes.
It felt like he had a strategy that he wanted to implement that the team didn't know how to implement. And it could be just
the fact, for those 7 games we won in a row. I mean, they didn't do shit. Why are you making it sound like they didn't do well? They did great up until one game.
Well, no, they barely got by Latvia.
They beat them.
They won in an overtime.
They beat them.
They soundly beat the Finns.
Killed them.
Which, again, shocking to me, because that was the game I was like, this is the game where we're going to have all the confidence, and because it was the last game of the round robin. Killed them somehow.
Yes.
Struggled mightily against the Czechs and got lucky to win that one.
We beat them 6-4, if you call that lucky. Okay.
An empty net goal. 6-4 looks great on the let's. I know you're trying to push my buttons, and I'm trying not to let you, but I am.
Jay, issue. They weren't that bad. They won 7 games in a row. I don't know how many games. I think it was 7.
They won 6 games in a row. They lost their 7th.
Okay. So
no, they won 5. No, they won 6 in a row and lost their 7th. Yeah.
So if the Canucks went on a 7-game road trip and won 6 of them, and
that would never happen. Sorry.
I know. But if it did, would you not say that was successful?
Yeah, of course. Anyone who's going to win. Anyone who wins multiple games in a row is successful.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for coming to my side.
I'm not coming to your side. I'm saying that you're saying that we were this dominant team that never had any issues.
I didn't say that. I said we were damn
good. You're like, it doesn't matter. We won everything until we lost one. Well, yeah, that's how the fucking tournament works.
That's not true. We could have lost 2 or 3 during the round robin.
And then honestly, we should have lost that Latvian game. We had no right winning that one.
Yeah, you know what? Good teams find ways to win.
100%. You've said it. Have I ever said that Team Canada wasn't a good team?
Yes,
no. You're putting words in my mouth.
No, you literally said that we should get used to not winning the gold medal all the time. Because we're not that good. Well, we are that good. We just messed up.
No, I'm saying there's 4 other teams, including Canada, 5 teams that every year need to come into that tournament saying we're expecting to win gold. Which means us as fans, we should be okay understanding, hey, look, we're still a top 3 nation in this sport. Are we as dominant as we once were? No. It's been 4 years since we've won a gold medal?
Be 3 years
in the World Juniors?
3 years in a row, we got knocked out.
Yep, by one team.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get knocked out by Czechia.
Yes, we did. We got knocked out of gold medal contention, which, according to you, is considered being knocked out.
Yes. I expect every time you see a Canadian team, I expect that, and let me rephrase that. Every time you see a national Canadian hockey team I expect them to win gold medal. Anything else is failure in my books. Now, does that make Team Canada horrible? No, but they didn't win. So it sucked.
So, and speaking of Team Canada, because we've gone on 25 minutes for something.
Yes, let's go.
Want to spend much time on. Since the last time we were live, Team Canada has been announced for the Olympics.
Yes.
I'm going to bring it up here. Can you see that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the one I want. Give me 1 second. Hitting buttons and doing things is hard. That's the right one. So we have announced for apparently gold medal or bust run, which I kind of agree with when it comes to the Olympics, is Macklin Celebrini, Anthony Cirelli, Sidney Crosby, Brandon Hagel, Bo Horvat, Nathan McKinnon, Brad Marchand, Mitch Marner, Connor McDavid, Braden Point, Sam Reinhart, Mark Stone, Nick Suzuki, and Tom Wilson as your forwards. Now let's focus on the forwards first. What are your thoughts on this team?
Freaking amazing. You kind of look and you go, what the hell? Where's the other Connor? Where's Bedard? He's hurt. I get it. He'll be back in plenty of time before the Olympics from what everybody's saying. But if I'm an NHL owner of a team, I don't want you to go. I've invested way too much money in you. So I know a lot of people are upset about it, but that's just the way it is.
The fact that Tom Wilson is going and you don't have Bedard on that list is shocking to me.
It is, but again, as of today, he's hurt.
Yeah.
Right. So do you take up a
but
roster?
So is Tom Wilson now, though. Tom Wilson's injured now.
So he's going to drop off if he can't play. Maybe they'll put Bedard on if he's healthy. There's still a chance to be adding players, is what I'm getting at. But there's more names than just Bedard.
Oh, 100%. There's a handful of different names. In defense, there's one big omission that I want to talk about. So let's get to the defense. Because we have Drew Doughty, Thomas Hartley, Cale Makar, Josh Morrissey, Colton Parayko, Travis Sanheim, Shea Theodore, and Devin Taves.
Yeah.
The one name on that list that I don't think will actually be going, last I heard, was Devin Taves' wife is pregnant and is due in February. And if the baby isn't born by the time they have to leave, he's basically said that he's not going.
Oh, wow.
His wife, his kid being born is more important than the Olympics.
Good.
Which A, makes sense. B, also weird to hear. It's one of those things that I wouldn't be surprised if he was like, yeah, I'm having a kid, and instead I'm at the Olympics.
Yeah, right.
Right? Like, it's one of those things. So the defenseman snub to me is Matthew Schaefer, the standout on the Islanders.
Did you see the interview with Schaefer?
No.
I think it was with Schaefer. And he basically said, I guess I didn't do enough.
Which I guess is he's young. He's super, super young.
Oh, yeah.
But he'll get to play in 2 or 3 more Olympics in his career, as long as the players continue to go. But the fact that he's not on this list, and I mean, no disrespect to this, but someone like Shea Theodore who's great
shocking
in his own right, but not at the level of Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah.
Who also is going to be here for 3 more Olympic cycles, who could be your captain in a future Olympic cycle.
Right.
Bring him in while you have a Drew Doughty, someone who's been there, done that.
It's insane. I'm shocked.
And then goalies.
But as before we go to goalies, because as I had talked to on the Rod Peterson show when I go on there every Thursday and Friday, you guys want to see me in a different role, jump on the Rod Peterson show, 10 a.m. till noon. I'm there from 10 a.m. till 10:40, I think it is, Mountain Time. Anyways, as I said on there, I would hate to be the person that makes these picks, because no matter what, you got it wrong. There's always going to be us, media, and fans that are saying, boo.
Well, even Trent puts down here, what about Sam Bennett? Yeah?
Yes.
I don't I don't think he deserves to be there. I understand people who do. There's a lot of people who I think Sam Bennett is very lucky in his position. But I think he's a great player. I just don't think he's an elite player. I also don't think Tom Wilson's an elite player, but he's going on the tournament anyways. So,
but isn't it great that we don't have to make those picks and somebody else does, and we can sit back and think about it?
Oh, 100%.
All right. Goalies.
Let's talk about goalies, because I think this is going to be a point of contention for a lot of people. Or not a point of contention, maybe a point of concern for this team.
Concern. Definitely, because who else are you going to pick?
Jordan Binnington, Darcy Kemper, and Logan Thompson. Who else are you going to pick?
Yeah. Name another Canadian goaltender.
Colin Blackwood and Scott Wedgwood, the two guys who are playing in Colorado and who are the best tandem in the NHL right now.
I can't believe either of those two didn't make the team, yet Binnington made the team. Binnington isn't even the number one goalie on his own freaking team.
Now, remember when we were talking about the World Juniors conversation, and I said I've seen a lot of backlash about people being like, once you're on this list, it's impossible for you to get off this list. Like if you are a trusted Hockey Canada person, this is our list. These are our acceptable people.
Yeah, it's
Blackwood
bizarre.
and Blackwood and Wedgwood are not those people. They've never been those people.
It's
so, but Binnington has, because Binnington went and won the Four Nations and was fantastic. But he was also having one of his best years.
He's not having his best year now. Thus, he's not even this first string freaking goalie on his own team. Like, come on. How do you pick a backup goalie?
Well, they've got two backup goalies and Logan Thompson.
Right?
Because but that's also kind of what you need, because Logan Thompson, I think, is your number one.
Do you think he'll play the majority of your games?
I think he plays all but one game.
You think so?
I hope so. And the only reason I think, and I have to double check the schedule, I think there's one or two back-to-backs.
Oh, okay.
In like the round robin stage, and I think those might be the games the back-to-back they're not going to do. So, unless it's a must-win.
Every time they come out with the Team Canada, there's going to be controversy of who didn't make it. Why is this guy on there, not this guy? There's always going to be that. I look at it, and except for the goalies, I'm quite comfortable with our team. When you can get Celebrini, Cirelli, Crosby, Hagel, Horvat, McKinnon, Marchand, Marner, McDavid, all on the same team, they're going to be hard. You're going to have to be a freaking, play your best game ever to beat those forwards.
My only issue is you've got someone like Mark Stone, Tom Wilson, Brad Marchand. Those are players who are getting older.
Yep, those are your fourth liners, or you could be even third liners.
But do we need, my point of view is, in a tournament like this, do we still need that hard, grizzled veteran players as a fourth line?
Yeah, you do, because
I get you need them for the locker room, and I understand bringing one of them.
Yeah,
but I don't think you need to bring three of them.
No, I don't have any. I look at those players, and I recognize almost every single one, which is amazing to me because I don't follow all the teams like you do.
No, 100%.
So I'm wow, I recognize everybody. Maybe Tom Wilson isn't the household name that you would think. Other than that, everybody else, maybe Travis Sanheim. Yeah, I recognize that one. So pretty much everybody on this team is a elite player. Could you have chosen different elite players?
Of course.
Man, when you're in the top 1% of every player in the world, it's hard to which ones do you pick, right?
Again, like you talked about, the fact that we're able to sit here and nitpick on one player or two players or three players, and that's it. That's impressive. To me, there's four players that were really snubbed: Bedard, Schaefer, and both Woods, Colin Blackwood and Wedgwood. Those are the four players to me that got snubbed. The goalies I'm having a hard time justifying, but hey, the other two, I get why they didn't bring them. If it was me making the decision and it was down to Tom Wilson, Shea Theodore, or Sanheim and Schaefer and Bedard, I know who I'm taking. Clearly, Team Canada has like the management committee, because it's not just one person; it's a committee of really, really, really smart hockey people making these decisions. And I have to remind myself of that a lot.
Yes, you got to remember you can't have 10 McDavids on your team. It wouldn't work. Well, but you'd lose.
No. I think, and I mean this. I hate how whiny he is. I think if you had the ability to copy one player, and I'd feel confident that would be able to play offense, defense, and actually pass the puck and shoot the puck, Connor McDavid's that guy.
Now, you need to have a well-rounded team is what I'm getting at. So you can't have all your, you have to have those grinders in the corner. McDavid isn't a grinder in the corner. He's going to point and go, ew. He's hitting me too hard. Oh, my God. Stop. And that's not hockey.
I understand what you're saying. I don't think you need the fourth line grinders like you used to.
I still think you do. So,
but then there's but then you also look at team for the United States, and you've got players like Brady Tkachuk and Matthew Tkachuk, who are those grimy type of players, like a Brad Marchand, but have the skill of a Macklin Celebrini and a Bo Horvat and a Brandon Hagel, right? Like, it's hard because we don't have that combination player anymore. That was Brad Marchand 4 or 5 years ago, as much as I hate to admit it. Right? Anything? Oh, I was going to say anything else in the world of the Olympics, but yes. Because, oh boy, we talked about this. I think it was the last few episodes we had before what ended up being a 2-week break. But the Olympic ice issues, what's the latest that's happening? Because you're the one following this a lot closer than me.
Yeah. So Milano Santa Giulia, that's the rink. The main venue. IIHF President Luke Tardif recently admitted that while parts of the arena might not be 100% finished, the playing surface, dressing rooms, and practice rinks will be fully operational. But then they go on to say, well, to make sure it opens on time, we had planned to have 16,000 seats. Yeah, we're going to have under 12,000 seats. It's
is this the only ice hockey rink, or are there two?
Well, the temporary facility is already ahead of the main arena and has been hosting test events recently, and that's the Milano Row.
Okay, so they're having a temporary. So they do have two rinks.
They have two rinks now. I don't think the secondary venue can live up to the standards of the NHL with the dressing rooms or the ice service, everything else.
Well, they do have to meet IIHF standards, which are very, there are certain standards they have to meet for those. And the IIHF is very strict on them.
Because the NHL players are returning to the Olympics this year, the league is being very strict. NHL experts are traveling to Milan this week, starting January 9th, for a final test event to ensure the ice is safe. They already know the ice is going to be 3 feet shorter than what they had thought it was supposed to be, which just amazes me. I just don't understand how that can happen. Yeah. From everything I've read, and I did do a deep dive over lunch today, and everything points to, it's going to happen. It's going to go ahead. It just won't be the shiny new object that we're used to. And the camera is probably not going to show you outside because it's not finished.
To me, as long as the ice is playable and we get a best on best tournament, for the most part, because there is no Russia, which always sucks. And I wish that they could come, but I understand the political climate and everything. Because I think that Russian team would be a very scary team when it comes to players size. I mean, all the big nations are going to be pretty impressive.
Well, again, you've named 5 nations that are going to, that kind of carries forward into the Olympics as well. I'm really interested to see how the Czech Olympic team is going to fare
versus their juniors? Because clearly they're on the up and up, but is it translating to the NHL level?
Yeah, I don't know if it has yet. That's going to be a team to watch. I mean, Sweden's going to have a good team. Finland always has a good team, of course. The U.S., America, Canada, Germany. Germany can surprise a lot of.
Draisaitl alone can carry a middling team to medal contention.
So I'm super excited. I'm going to be actually traveling when the Olympics are on. But I'll have Wi-Fi the whole time, except when we're on the cruise. But I think I'll watch pretty much every Canadian game. Obviously, I'll find a spot and wear my Canada jersey proudly. I think I might even buy a new one.
What have you seen the new Canada jerseys?
Well, I've seen their hoodies and whatnot. They look pretty cool. I haven't actually paid attention to the jersey yet. But
there's a lot
you're about to show us.
There is a lot of people who don't love them.
Oh.
Give me a second. Why are you? I don't care about reading an article. I want to see a picture. Stupid.
If you type into Google picture of the Team Canada jersey.
Yeah, thanks. You're so helpful.
I'm always teaching this kid new tricks, people. That's
the 2022 one. I want the 2026 one.
Oh my goodness. It's hurting. It's painful some days, folks. It's painful. What's your prediction for, we'll have lots of time before the Olympics. What's your prediction for the Olympics? Where does Team Canada finish?
I think this is a cop-out statement, but here are the jerseys, or the one jersey.
Oh,
I love the red and black. The only thing I don't like, and you can see it here, and I'm going to zoom in, the stripes don't go all the way around on any part of the arm or the jersey.
Oh, yeah.
The stripes stop here, and on the jersey, they stop here on the backside.
Oh, really?
They don't go all the way around.
I love that logo, though. That's cool.
I love this logo.
Yeah. I'll be getting myself one of those.
It is a cop-out answer, but I think it all comes down to our goaltending. If we get average or better goaltending for the tournament, I think we win gold. If we get worse than average goaltending, so anything below 9-10 save percentage, I think we are lucky to medal.
I agree. It is going to come down to goaltending.
I think defensively, defensive players we have are very strong.
Yes.
I think our offensive players probably one of the strongest in the world.
Yeah.
My only concern is goaltending.
Yeah, I agree.
And unfortunately, goaltending can make or break you.
Exactly. We need a goaltender to shine. That's for sure. Similar to Bennington did in the Four Nations.
Yep.
Right. He won us that tournament. Literally.
100%.
Like some of the saves he made, you were just like, "What?"
The overtime game for the, I don't know if it was gold or for the championship.
I think it was for the final game. I think it was gold.
But did it give them gold medals, or did they just win a championship?
No, yeah, they won the cup.
That was my differentiator.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They won the Nations Cup.
Yeah. Yeah. But speaking of goalies that need some shine, poor Demko. Because that effort in front of him last night, as we transitioned to the Vancouver Canucks, was probably the worst. Did you watch the game last night? I didn't text you at all during
bits and pieces. I didn't know. I tried, but they went down. I think it was 3-0, and I was like, I just can't watch. This team's unwatchable at times. And then they came back.
So this was the first game that I could see the veterans kind of just not caring.
Yeah.
And I made a comment about it to D, and I was like, even Shorthouse doesn't feel as engaged. Like Shorthouse and Tomlinson were talking more about the side project, which is great. I love that. At least it's entertaining, and they're trying to make energy, because there's not a lot of energy when the Canucks are playing right now. And we might have lost the old man. But the effort that was in front of the goaltending on the defensive end was abysmal. There was just no effort whatsoever when it came to the defensive zone. And medium effort in the offensive zone. Obviously, it's easier to play offense than it is defense because you have to actually try on defense. But it's the first time I've looked around and been like, ooh, this is the type of game where you get Tyler Myers saying, like, going to his agent saying, okay, can I stay in Western Canada? Because I really don't want to be on this team right now. Which I don't think will happen. I think Tyler Myers is around until the end of his contract and until he's done playing.
And when do you have? I'm trying to think who. I'm going to say Sherwood, and I could be wrong with the name, so forgive me if I'm wrong. But when you have one of your top players say, "We just weren't ready,"
that was, I believe, Mr. DeBrusque.
Okay, it was DeBrusque. You were 31st in the effing league. And you weren't playing a back-to-back. You literally had a day off. Well, you had a practice day.
You were literally starting a 6-game road trip with multiple days off.
Yes.
And the fact that you had that type of efforts is amazing.
It's amazing. Absolutely, it baffles my mind that you can actually say that you weren't ready. How are you not ready? Come on, like, I just don't get it.
It would be like someone coming up with an idea for the show. Me and you coming up with an idea for a show and just implementing the idea, and me being like, well, I didn't know about that idea.
Yeah,
I never signed off on this. Much like I wasn't ready. Can we start the show again? It's 7. We're 47 minutes into the game, but into the podcast. But can we restart? I don't feel like that was a good one.
Just sometimes you just got to shake your head and that's enough about the freaking Canucks. I'm on Team Tank. We've been having fun on Twitter. If you guys aren't following us on Twitter, follow us on Twitter. I'm old man. What am I? Old man
throwing things around. I stop throwing things around.
What am I on Twitter? I don't even know.
Old man HSP old man.
Yeah. Or just look up Kevin Hughes and follow us on Twitter because we've been having some fun with what is it? Sea of Red,
the podcast that covers the Calgary Flames here.
We've been having fun. They're on Team Tank Calgary. Of course, Jake and I are on Team Tank Canucks. And it's been a fun go back and forth. That's the only part of this season that I'm having fun with because it's just not fun to see your team lose every single game. And Smurf Mafia coming close.
Wait, before we get to the CFL talk, let's stick within our lane here.
No, this is still sticking with hockey.
Okay.
I'm calling the Jets fans now Smurf Mafia because they're all in the same city.
Okay, so
that's fair. If you're a Blue Bomber fan, I'm pretty sure you're a Jets fan. That's my thought process there.
All right.
Lean in close. I'm going to tell you something. Would you win a few fucking games? Holy crap.
I can't see them being this bad. Like, true talent level, these guys are better than what they are.
It's insane. How do you go from first to last in one season?
Yeah.
Win some games, gosh dang it. We weren't supposed to be fighting you for last place.
We weren't supposed to be fighting for last place. So
yes, we were.
Anything else in the world of the Canucks you want to touch on before we play before we play our new game?
Oh, are we playing a new game?
Do you not remember that? I know it's been a few weeks and a lot has gone on. No, you're old, so things don't sink in.
Can we talk about the CFL?
That's after this. Yes.
Okay. Fine.
After this,
don't
worry. We have 10 minutes set aside. No, you have to pick a number between 1 and 32. And next week, I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back next week with a scouting report for the player that's currently rated at that level. Oh. So if you pick 32, I'll go to
let's make prospects. The first one easy on you.
Don't make it too easy because I just watched this guy play in a tournament. So don't
Okay,
pick number
let's
1.
go pick number 5.
Beautiful. That is. Let me take a look here. That is Ethan Belchetz.
Belichick.
Yes, sure. Who is currently playing for the Windsor Spitfires.
There you go. And you'll come back next week with the report on him.
I'll do some digging. Gives me a reason to dig into all these prospects because really we could be drafting anywhere between 5th and 1, and then also another pick again in the late 20s. And then hopefully with the Sherwood trade, we have another pick that'll be kind of in that middle area. We could end up with 3 first-round picks this year. So I personally want to know a little bit more about all the different prospects.
Don't we have I thought we had an extra one in there.
No, we have
already.
we have our first, which will be hopefully a top 5 pick. We have the one from Minnesota.
But I thought we had one from years past that comes up this year.
No.
No? Okay. I thought I heard we could have 5. That's why I'm saying that. Or 4.
We could have 4 because if you think that if Evander Kane can be a rental where you retain half of his salary, you could go get a first for him for a team that's competing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that would be the 4th plus the one for Sherwood.
Gotcha. Okay.
But transitioning now into the world of the CFL, because the CFLPA reveals their 2025 report cards. Their first annual report cards are out.
No, oh yeah, it is because this 3rd year.
This is only the 2nd year.
There's
only. I thought I had done my research on this. I thought last year was their first year.
For some reason, I read somewhere that it was the 3rd year, but I could be wrong. Anyway, don't matter.
Yeah. The 2025 report cards are out. This is honestly, and I'm waiting for everything. This is my first time going through it all. How do you want to go through this? Do you want to go team by team?
Well,
do you want to talk about it as a collective, or do you want to just focus on a couple teams a week until we get through them all?
I think what we'll do is let's talk about the collective overall.
Okay. So they do have an average on each rating for each team?
Yes.
Or for not each team, sorry, an average for each category based off of each team?
Yes.
So
but then they got an overall grade for the team, and that's what more we should look at today.
I don't see that on their website. I
have it here. It's with grades across 10 categories, average grade aggregate scores. The CFL's 9 team ranks as follows. So the number 1 team is.
So what are the 10? Do you have all of them in front of you? Because I do, just so that way people know what they're basing it off of.
Coach. Yeah. So they have the coaching staff, football operations, ownership and business operations, facility and equipment, therapy and medical staff, strength and conditioning, nutrition. Oops, sorry. I hate when sites do that. Where was I? Nutrition and diet, team travel, training camp, and treatment of families.
Yeah, and it was a 78-question survey that was distributed to all players on CFL rosters, whether that's active, practice, or injured reserve.
Exactly. So
300. This is based off of 381 players,
which is down from last year. 400 and some odd last year.
So 20 plus off.
Let me just go back because that's actually an important figure.
495. So was last year.
Yes.
So over 100 less.
Yes, which surprised me.
114 players didn't. However, it was a 20-question difference between last year and this year.
Exactly. So is it too long? Who knows? That's a different.
That's a question for someone else.
So ranking from bottom to top. the worst team rated by their own players, BC Lions.
Yep.
Number 8 is Montreal Alouettes. Sorry, let's go back. BC Lions received a C. Last year, they got a C minus.
So improvement.
Yeah. Montreal Alouettes, they got a C this year. Last year, they got a C plus.
Okay.
Calgary Stampeders is in 6 with a C plus compared to a C minus last year. Huge improvement for the Edmonton Eskimos in 5th place with a B compared to a D plus last year. Running in number 4 is the Toronto Argonauts, who they had a B minus both years. Winnipeg Blue Bombers, same B minus, and they're number 3. Number 2 is the Saskatchewan Roughriders, who had a B last year and again a B this year. And once again, number 1, Hamilton Ticats, and last year they had a B. This year they have a B plus. Again, ranked number 1 both of the years that we talked about. What surprised me and what stood out to me amongst everything that I looked at, and I did like deep dive into this. I was looking at the questions. I'm looking for the big chart and I don't see it. Boom. Sorry, folks. Give me a sec. It was here.
I have the big chart here. So
do you want to can you put the big chart up? Is that possible?
Yeah, it sure is.
If you look at the last column.
Well, my chart might be different than yours. This is from the CFLPA.
Yeah, the treatment of families. BC has a D plus. Montreal has an F. Nobody has an A.
No.
Shocking. The other one that stood out, just because I'm a BC fan, is you look at ownership and business operations, a C minus. I was shocked. And then one of the only teams to get an F in nutrition and diet.
There are 2 teams that get an F, and that's Montreal in treatment of families.
Yeah.
And BC in nutrition and diet.
So under the ownership and business operations, some of the comments the players were making, and it kind of fits in with what we have talked about for a long time. And you can see a lot of teams don't have a good score. I mean, B minus, B plus, everything else is a C or lower. There was a lot of comments about not being paid to do the extras.
Yeah.
And I was shocked because I'm like, paid to do the extras. What are you talking about? And then I did more of a deep dive. And yeah, when they go out and they have to travel, especially in BC, and you're traveling up north to do a press thing up north for the BC Lions, they're not even covering their travel.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Sad. And they're being paid very low for what they members continue to raise concerns about accessibility and opportunity for non-football related services, including appearance money. These are contractually obligated items in some cases and not being consistently delivered. Yeah, Jay, Cave, for the show, I want you to drive up to Fort McLeod. No, what's the
Fort
one up
McMurray?
north? Fort McMurray. And we're going to do a live show up in Fort McMurray, and you're covering all the expenses yourself. I'm going to stay at home.
No, thanks.
Well, right?
But it's not that simple because it's no thanks. You have to. You don't get a choice.
Well, but in that contractually obligated thing also is you need to pay me to do that.
But we'll pay you later.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're not being paid. I was shocked that BC, I mean, we have so much respect for the ownership of the BC Lions, and to see some of the comments, especially around nutrition, like the team's not being fed properly. That's
so there are general comments from the players that they post, and I wonder the one here for BC is the I think the one that kind of brings down ownership and down the most. While appearances are paid, we are extremely under the market rate and not paid for travel time.
It's insane.
Like, you got to think about it. Like, okay, you're in Toronto and your only real market is Toronto and like the greater Toronto area.
Yes.
You're Saskatchewan. Your entire province. Like,
you're driving
and I know for a fact,
6 hours sometimes.
Well, they not even that. They might even fly you out because you've got to go do an appearance in. You have one in Regina, and then you've got one in Moose Jaw
or in Prince Albert.
Yeah, right. Like, if you're not going to pay people for that travel time.
Just so you know, Trent's really laughing at you right now, saying, does he honestly think you have to fly between Regina and Moose Jaw?
I wasn't. No, Moose Jaw is the first one that popped in my brain. I was thinking of. Where do the Broncos play?
Swift Current. You still wouldn't fly.
Would you not fly to Swift Currents?
It's like 3 hours drive.
I'd fly.
Yeah, no.
If I'm not getting paid time, yeah, you're paying for my flight.
It was So I am on my mission, and we made some really good contacts when we were in Winnipeg for the 2025 Grey Cup, and with the CFLPA. So I am going to try my best to see if we can't get the president, Mr. Solomon, in. Even if I have to do an interview with him during the day and we can just show it, or try to get him on live so he can talk about it and give the CFLPA perspective, because there's a lot of talk, and there was a lot of talk around the Grey Cup, especially during the president's State of the League address, because in the NFL they do the same thing, and the NFL has now filed a grievance trying to get them to stop it. Yeah. And there was questions being asked: is the CFL going to do the same thing? And he didn't really answer the question, to be honest. The president, he kind of sidestepped the question and said, "Well, we're open to having discussions about anything." It's like, well, that's not what you were asked. So. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Sorry, right?
I wanna bring this up here when it comes to Hamilton. My club ranked highly last year and still elected to make improvements. This club is the class of the CFL and go beyond the call of duty. They even hosted Thanksgiving dinner for the players and their families.
Yes.
This is what every single organization should be looking at and saying, how can we duplicate?
And look at under Ottawa, not given the opportunity to earn community appearance money. How many times have we said this is where the CFL fails?
Yep. And like, the difference between Ottawa and BC is they're given those opportunities, they're just not paying them all for it. And because BC does have a better grassroots program with a lot of different schools and things across the Lower Mainland.
Yes. So we're overtime, but yeah, that's going to be my hope for the next week or two. I mean, there's no huge rush because we're in the off season and the Canucks suck. So we have to come up with different things we can do, because an hour of telling you how bad the Canucks are is going to get really boring. I feel bad for the Securis and Prices of the world who have to do a show daily.
See, I don't, because they also talk CFL. They'll talk Whitecaps.
Yes.
FIFA, the Olympics coming up. They'll cover all the Olympics.
Yes.
The FIFA World Cup. They've got things that'll tide them over.
Yeah, but they're still talking Canucks.
As you should.
Every day.
Yeah.
We
hey, look.
We did I'll put it this way. Show, and we talked like 10 minutes about the Canucks.
But we talked hockey for most of that time.
Yes, we did.
But look, I'm going to put this out there. If anyone wants to pay us on a daily basis to talk hockey for an hour or two, whether it's Vancouver Canucks or Team Canada, we'll do it. So that's like, yeah, I feel bad for them, but at the same time, it's like,
that's their job.
I'll do it.
That's their job. Hey guys, if you're watching on Twitter, I've been kind of keeping an eye on Twitter because we don't see the Twitter numbers on our screen the way we normally would. But the numbers on Twitter has been phenomenal. Right now, we have 77 people watching on Twitter, 78 now because I just logged on. So thank you. Do me a favor, follow us. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, like it, subscribe, tell a friend, tell an enemy. We need to get we want to really boost our numbers this year.
Yes. And if you want more information, you can get the podcasts, as well as I'm going to be trying to write at least once a week, if not once every other week, on things that I find interesting, whether it's the Canucks, BC Lions, CFL, Olympics, things that come up that pop into my brain that say, I need to write about this. You can go to hughesports.ca and subscribe to our Substack over there. Eventually, once we get a big enough following over there, I want to start doing exclusive content on Substack other than just writing, whether that's a watch along for a Canucks game, a commentary takeover where we put the game up on the screen, but don't tell anyone because it'll be put behind a paywall and no one can give us shit. And when it's not Shorthouse and Ferraro, me and the old man will do commentary for a game.
God help
us. What could possibly go wrong?
We'll drink beer. We'll have fun, folks. That's what we do.
To be fair, it's your job's easiest because out of the two of us, who's going to do play-by-play? Me or you?
You, because I would be like that number 5, and then it's number 4. You'd be able to tell me their names.
Yep. Well, it's gotten to a point where there's people skating. I'm like, I know who that is. Like, I don't even have to look anymore.
There you go.
But the more support we get over at hughesports.ca, the more likely we are and the more willing we'll be able to go and do that sort of stuff as the old man decides to log out early, I guess. Oh, no, we lost his audio. Don't know what happened. But, are you back?
I'm back.
You're back.
Whew. Just in time to say, see you, folks.
Have yourselves a wonderful week. We'll see you back here next week. Same time, same bat channel. Mwah. Goodbye. Peace.